10 Worst Fish. You shouldn't eat fish is often seen as one of the healthiest foods for the heart, but not all fish are safe to eat. Some types are loaded with mercury, toxins, or raised in unhealthy conditions that can actually harm your health. Do you know which ones to avoid? Welcome to Heart Pulse. In this video, we'll go through the 10 worst fish you should never eat. These are the ones that may look fine on your plate, but can silently damage your heart and overall health. 10. Orange roughy. What's the problem? Orange roughy may sound like a healthy seafood choice, but it's not the best option. This deep-sea fish can live more than a century, which gives it plenty of time to build up mercury in its body. In fact, it's one of the fish highest in mercury. Eating too much can raise your risk of heart disease and damage your nervous system. It's also overfished and slow to reproduce, so it's not a sustainable pick. What to eat instead? Choose wild-caught Pacific cod or haddock. They're mild, flaky white fish with far less mercury and a smaller environmental footprint. 9. Shark. What's the problem? Eating shark is risky for both your health and the environment. As top predators, sharks accumulate high levels of mercury and toxins like PCBs, which can damage your heart, brain, and nervous system. Pregnant women and children are especially vulnerable. On top of that, many shark species are endangered due to overfishing and the demand for shark fins. What to eat instead? Try Opa, moonfish, if you want a meaty fish. It has a similar texture to swordfish, but with less mercury. Just be mindful to check mercury levels with any large fish. 8. King mackerel. What's the problem? Not all mackerel is created equal. King mackerel, especially from the Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic, is loaded with mercury. The FDA advises children and pregnant women to avoid it completely. For everyone else, eating it often can damage the brain, nerves, and heart. What to eat instead? Stick with smaller types like Atlantic or Pacific mackerel. They're safer, still rich in omega-3s, and much better for your health. Rotate them with other low-mercury fish for balance. 7. Tilefish. What's the problem? Tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico has some of the highest mercury levels of any fish, often above FDA limits. Too much can cause mercury poisoning, which may lead to vision problems, numbness, and muscle weakness. Atlantic tilefish is safer, but unless you know the exact source, it's a gamble. What to eat instead? Try wild-caught salmon or rainbow trout. They're low in mercury, full of omega-3s, and a more sustainable choice. 6. Farmed Atlantic salmon. What's the problem? Salmon is often seen as one of the healthiest fish, but farmed Atlantic salmon tells a different story. Raised in crowded pens, it can contain high levels of pollutants like PCBs, dioxins, and pesticides. These build up in your body over time and are linked to serious health problems. Farmed salmon also tends to have more omega-6 fats, which promote inflammation, and is often treated with antibiotics and artificial coloring. What to eat instead? Go for wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's lower in contaminants, higher in healthy omega-3s, and a more sustainable option. 5. Imported catfish. What's the problem? While catfish can be a lean, budget-friendly protein, imported catfish, often from Vietnam or China, can come with risks. Regulations in these countries are looser, and the fish are sometimes raised in polluted waters or given antibiotics banned in the U.S. Tests have found residues of harmful chemicals like DDT and PCBs, which can harm your liver, kidneys, and immune system. What to eat instead? Stick with U.S. and farmed catfish. It's raised under stricter safety standards, making it a cleaner and healthier choice. 4. Swordfish. What's the problem? Swordfish is popular for its meaty texture and mild taste, but it's one of the highest mercury fish you can eat. Just a single serving can exceed the safe weekly limit. The FDA advises kids and pregnant women to avoid it completely. In adults, too much mercury can increase heart risks and affect memory, focus, and coordination. What to eat instead? Swap swordfish for grilled tuna steaks, light, not albacore, or mahi-mahi. They offer a similar firm texture with far less mercury. 3. Eel, unagi. What's the problem? Freshwater eel, often served as unagi in sushi, tends to carry high levels of mercury and other pollutants. Because eels live long lives and feed near the bottom, they absorb more toxins. Overfishing has also made many eel species endangered, and some eel farms use poor conditions and unregulated antibiotics. What to eat instead? For sushi, go with salmon or tamago, sweet egg omelette. They're safer choices and still deliver great flavor. 2. Bluefin tuna. What's the problem? Bluefin tuna is prized in sushi, but it's one of the worst choices for both health and sustainability. It's loaded with mercury, which can damage your heart and nervous system. On top of that, bluefin populations are critically endangered because of overfishing. What to eat instead? Pick skipjack or canned light tuna instead. They're smaller, lower in mercury, and reproduce faster, making them safer for you and better for the oceans. 1. Escolar, butterfish. What's the problem? Escolar, sometimes sold as butterfish, or even mislabeled as white tuna, contains gempilotoxin, a waxy substance your body can't digest. Even a small serving can cause cramps and oily diarrhea. While not technically poisonous, it's banned in some countries because of these side effects. What to eat instead? Skip escolar and stick with clearly labeled fish like salmon or shrimp. They're tasty, safe, and won't leave you regretting your meal. Fish can be a healthy choice, but only if you know which ones to avoid. These 10 types are best left off your plate to protect your heart and body. Which fish do you eat most often? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Heart Pulse for more health smart videos.